Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand up.
Hello friends, and welcome again to another Street Fighter Duel video. In this video we'll be talking about the Withered Fortress Boss in the Effigy clash and how to rank relatively high. Probably in your battle zone you can reach top 10 to top 20, but top 10 is the main goal if you can apply the damage and maximize your damage and be lucky with some crits with these free-to-play teams that you can have on your account. As you see on my servers, I'm ranking in the top 5, which is very good. I'm position 2, and in the top in the battle zone so far I'm ranking in the top 5. I was ranked 10 yesterday by the end of the day. I didn't try so hard. I went and used all my attempts at the start, so try to use your attempts in the midday or end of the day before you want to stop playing the game. So two things you need to know about the boss. This last skill can strip you off your buffs. Withered Fortress scan the enemies, dispelling buffs from all fighters. Each buff dispelled increases Withered Fortress damage by 5% for the rest of the battle. It then fires projectile of AoE damage 3 times. This is if you deal a lot of damage and if he strips a lot of debuffs from you, in the end this will wipe you. It's very hard to finish the fight if you don't have a healer or a shielder or something like that. And the most important one is the Thorny Spike, where you need to damage him 20 times, 20 instances, 20 attacks or hits, so this will fade away. You can use EX moves to help you remove it with multiple attacks like Tanuki, Whirlwind, or any kind of EX, the drones. If you have Gormagala Ken, anybody who spent and got it, if you drop Gormagala Ken EX move, it will remove the shields immediately. The teams that I'm using, first of all, I'm using the same Guile team, but this time I made an adjustment. I'm adding Mayor Cody on him. Yeah, I know it's hard. He'll deal more damage, but he will deal less crits, and you will need to retry to get RNG with his crits with his C3. And I'm using Yang on Viper, since Yang +5 every time Viper crits, he jumps to the field, attack the boss, which helped me also remove the shield if he gets shield by the end, and increase my combo gauge by 80 points, which is good. And I'm using Beast, and specifically I'm using him for his C2. When he uses his C2, he deals 7 times the attack, so it helps also removes the shield by the end of the battle when the shields are up. I'll show you the rotation of this team. It's pretty good, and there's a specific period of time that I use it so I can deal the most damage. The second team, of course, I'm using the drones to help me remove the shield. Mostly I use the drones and the Breath of Rage. I barely use the Quacking Flames, the EX move of the new one. It's not that important. The important thing, my rotation is Cammy, Elena, Chun-li, then Cammy. Chun-li helped me fill the combo gauge. I'm using anything that I have to protect or to give stats to my 2 damage dealers, which are Chun-li and Cammy, able for the shield, and a guy just for the raw stats because he's the highest one after I used everything on the Wind faction. If I had Master and Inferno and Master, if he was triple S or double S Gen for me, I would use Gen 100%. And we use here Gormagala Ken for the buffs, and the curse that he applies really helpful. It adds up a lot of damage. On the last team, I'm using Fashion Blanca team. If you're a casual spender and you spend some money, remove Evil Ryu. I'm using Evil Ryu because I don't have another buffer except Bison, and he buffs himself. Using Fei Long on Bison because Bison doesn't die and Fei Long stays alive, and his exclusive helps for the end of the battle. I'm using Dalsim on him to give Fire Carpet. If you build Akuma, you can use Akuma on him, or you can use Akuma on a team to hit the boss actually. But if you have him not that build, but you unlocked his special item exclusive, you can use him on Dalsim, on Fashion Blanca anyway. I'm using Evil Ryu here, and as you see, he's A+. Evil Ryu just for buffing my team, so I deal the maximum damage that I can. For medication, I'm using Summer Yang to help me shields and get heals. Just for survivability, I need him here. He helps a lot actually for my team to survive. And I go Fashion Blanca, Summer Yang, Fashion Blanca, then Bison. If I had Flame Chun-Li 6 out of 6 plus 30, I would go with Flame Chun-Li, Fashion Blanca, Flame Chun-Li, and Bison. 2 rounds or 3 rounds until I get 25 stacks of flame penetration at least. Then I start Fashion Blanca. If I want to survive more, I use Summer Yang, then Fashion Blanca, then Bison. If I want to continuously land these flame penetration, I'll use Fashion Blanca, Flame Chun-Li, Fashion Blanca, then Bison. And you can play around it. You can go Fashion Blanca, Summer Yang, then Flame Chun-Li, then Bison. There's a lot of ways to play around it, but it's the best combo actually so far for dealing the highest numbers with Flame Chun-Li. If you have her, that would be nice. I'll show you the replays of my teams and how I went about it and how it get me in the battle zone in the top ranking. So this is the first team. Guile did most of the damage. I'll play it at x4. You need to see at the second super I drop my EX move, so it helps me remove the... I will slow it so I can explain. So he stomps the floor, he gets this shield. I drop the EX, look at the 20, it goes 19, 13, 10, 9, and then they auto attack him. And here I wait for my bar to go to 3.5 on Guile team. If you're using the same exact team, this is the timing, 3.5, and I start with Guile, then Sweet Poison, Bee Zangief, Guile, then Viper, Sweet Poison, Bee Zangief, Guile all the way until I hit the highest numbers. And by the end I couldn't do anything, the team died. I tried my best to deal more damage, and this is how we went about it. I use the heals, of course, because I don't have a healer on this team, so I use these EX to keep me surviving and dealing most of the damage. Now this is the best team that I have, and as you see Cammy here, these massive damages. She's the MVP of this one for me. And this boss is a thunder boss, so wind faction deals a lot of damage to him. So again, we wait for him to start doing the shields that he has, and we drop the EX move. I use the drones because it deals instances of damage, so it can help remove that shield. But I start as soon as I drop this zones with Cammy, because Chun-Li will remove the shields because she has 10 attacks on her C2, and then I go with Cammy, and this is the rotation. Cammy, Elena, Chun-Li, then Cammy all the way, and I use the Breath of Rage to get more crits so I can go get more combo meter. As you see, my combo meter gets full every time Chun-Li attacks, which is good, which is helping me to get another combo. And as you see, I used the EX move just in case if somebody dies. Anyway, somebody dies, and I finish it off with Chun-Li doing her C2. And I drop the EX in the end. You have a small time window to drop the first EX that you used at the end. And the third team, which is Fashion Blanca team. Now this is not one of my best runs. Fashion Blanca for me hits between 150 160 million, but so far this is when I woke up. I did 2 runs and this is the best that I got. And let's check the replay. Of course we wait for his shields to get up, and then I drop the EX, but this time I just wait for him. Since I don't have the Gormagala EX, I use many other EX to help me remove that shield. Then I go hit with Fashion Blanca. So I hit the EX, I wait and fill my bar, then I hit another EX to remove it. Then at almost a 3.4, 3.5, I start with Fashion Blanca again, would hit my third, no, at 3.6 or 3.7. I start Fashion Blanca, also hit all my EXs before I start. So make sure when you hit your third EX, start again. And as you see, the burn helps with the shield, I think, because it removes it relatively quick, or it's just the attacks, and either Ryu is attacking and Bison is exploding, this is removing the shield. Again, Fashion Blanca dealing massive damage, and he's having the wildfire on top of him, so it increases the damage again. If you have Flame Chun-Li, I highly recommend using her. She enables your Fashion Blanca or Dhalsim if you're using Dhalsim for the highest damage. And this is the end of the fight. Again, I dropped the EX by the end of the fight also. And this is how you get the best of the scores that you can to help you rank up in the top 10. The top 10 rewards, I don't know what is it. Ranking top 10. This is guild ranking. It's a glory prize, I think. Whoever from the guild gets you on the top 10. Or there's another reward for topping there's individual rankings or stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know if this gives you other rewards. But anyway, if it does, that would help you get in the top scores. If it doesn't, it helps your guild. Don't forget, increase your Effigy boss levels. So work on level by level if you want. The mid one is for PvP. These ones are for the PvE. This one for the Effigy boss in particular. This one is for the PvE content in the game. So it helps you in chapters and towers and crusade. That was all for the video. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. If you didn't, I thank you for watching. And as always, stay frosty. Peace.
Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat.